Today, adolescent pregnancy is one of the biggest problems a society is facing. Many teenagers don't know how big responsibility to raise a child when they are young too. Becoming a parent is a big responsibility that should give priority. But how can teenagers can handle this big responsibility if she was too young too? To raise a child involves a lot of patience and sacrifices which most teens don't have. The risk of pregnancy among teenagers is largely increasing, and the reason behind that is due to lack of education. And that is the reason why I came up with this study or research which is entitled Safe for Students Addressing Teenage Pregnancy Through Physical Sexual Education. Adolescence is a fundamental phase that every individual passes through. This is a stage where individuals experience changes in development in their physical and psychological well-being as a person. On the other hand, adolescents should be equipped to make their own life choices. However, every year, millions of girls have their life choices severely limited by becoming mothers too early. In fact, it was mentioned in the study of Blum and Gates 2015 that globally, around 16 million girls aged 15 and 19 and 2.5 million girls below 16 years give birth each year. In line with this, in the Philippines, according to the Commission on Population and Development, the Philippines has reported a 7% increase in births among Filipino girls aged 15 and below in 2019. Also, Popcom cited the latest data from the Philippine Statistics Authority which revealed that Filipino minors who gave birth in 2019 increased to 62,510 from 62,341 in 2018. However, in Popcom's prediction, these numbers or cases will balloon to 133,265 by the end of 2021. On the other hand, Popcom also said that this is the ninth consecutive year since 2011 that the country has reported a rise in teenage pregnancy. Teenage pregnancy is indeed an alarming issue, and it became more alarming that now the organization and the government labeled and declared this issue as a national health emergency. Meaning this is not just a mere issue in our society. It's now a major issue or a problem that needs an immediate response. Education can change and improve one's life. It provides us the information and knowledge that we can use to be the better version of ourselves. It allows us to have a broader view in life. In line with this, as specified by Planned Parenthood, sex education is a top-flight kind of teaching and learning about vast variety of topics in connection with sex and sexuality. It also provides details about values and beliefs about the said topics. Moreover, with sex education, children will gain skills that are needed to maneuver relationships and manage one's own sexual health. It allows them to gain knowledge, enhance their capacities, and give them the inspiration to create the right and proper decisions concerning sex and sexuality. On the other hand, in the fullness of time, young individuals will have life-altering decisions to make in regards to their sexual and reproductive health. As emphasized by the United Nations Population Fund 2016, comprehensive sex education capacitates youngsters to safeguard their health, well-being, and decency. Utilizing learner-centered approach, comprehensive sex education not only provides children and young people with age-appropriate and phased education on human rights, gender equality, relationships, reproduction, sexual behavior risks, and prevention of ill health, but also provides an opportunity to present sexuality with a positive approach, emphasizing values such as respect, inclusion, non-discrimination, equality, empathy, and responsibility. Furthermore, sex education is a fundamental that empowers the youth. This research is a qualitative study, mainly because its focus lies on the participants' perception of a specific topic. In line with this, phenomenological study is the approach used in this study as it involves in-depth analysis and understanding of the participants' views and opinions in sex education and other subjects associated with pregnancy. There were a total of 4 selected participants for the study, 1 for the politicians and church workers, and 2 participants for the experts. The chosen participants were the influential individuals in the city of General Trias, Cavite. We determined that these participants have the knowledge and a comprehensive and a broader understanding to sex education and other topics connected to pregnancy, which is a great factor to give a sensible and reliable stance and thoughts to the said topic. In line with this, in the gathering of data for this study, a mediated interview was used as the main instrument wherein we used various devices such as smartphones, tablets, and personal computers. We also used different video communication and media programs, as specifically Google Meet and Facebook Messenger applications. On the other hand, Leachman's 3Cs, or the coding to categorizing to conceptualizing of qualitative data analysis, was utilized in determining emerging themes about the views and opinions of the participants. Also, thematic analysis was used to analyze and understand the perception of the participants in regards to sex education and other topics related to pregnancy. After we conducted the interview and after we thoroughly understand and analyze our participants' response to the question we have prepared, we determined that our participants supports sex education. They agree they're open to sex education. And also, they shared their idealistic and logical suggestion on how we can address teenage pregnancy. And with that, we can be able to develop 4 emerging themes. Sex education offers a broad variety of topics and is not only limited to subjects associated with sexual anatomy and pregnancy. In line with this, quality sexual education imparts students with the knowledge and skills to help them be healthy and avoid certain diseases such as HIV and STD, as well as unintended pregnancy. With that, participant 1 showed her support in sex education. She's into sex education due to her concern in the increasing numbers or cases of teenage pregnancy. On the contrary, participant 2 expressed her disagreements. For her, teaching sex education may activate and heightens the learner's curiosity and eventually lead them in engaging in sexual intercourse at early age. That as proven by GAVE 2018, students who receive formal sex education in schools are shown to first have sexual intercourse later than students who have not had sex education. However, regardless of their differences in beliefs, differences in morals, and stand in life, at the end of the day, the most important thing is to give education, educate the youngsters, help them to gain the knowledge that will allow them to grow and be the better version of themselves. Because after all, education matters. Education is the best protection they can have to prevent unwanted situations. According to Meina, Ashley, and Kabiru 2020, parent-child communication about sexual and reproductive health, especially at the early stage of puberty, is important in shaping what adolescents believe, think, and how they behave regarding their sexual health. The idea of parents giving sex education to children was strongly supported by participant 2. She believed that parents is more capable in giving sex education. However, participant 3 claimed that teachers is more capable. But for participant 1, parents and teachers must be partners. They must work hand in hand so there will be reinforcements. Parents or teachers, it really doesn't matter. A parent can be a teacher and a teacher can be a parent. It really doesn't matter who is more capable in educating the students or children. The most important thing is to give them and help them to attain the knowledge, awareness, and education they must attain that will help them to shape their future. Conservatism is commitment to traditional values and ideas with opposition to change or innovation. Furthermore, conservatism rejects the optimistic view that human beings can be morally improved through political and social change. The Philippines and the Filipinos are known for being conservative. Most of their beliefs and morals up to this day were greatly influenced from the morals and beliefs from the past. With that kind of culture, it will be hard for us to achieve a liberal mindset towards sex education. With that, participant 2 suggested that a thorough information education campaign must begin now. For participant 1, there should be a massive information about sex education. As stated in a study of ALA 2018 in the United States of America, conservative states have higher teen birth rates than liberal states across all racial regions. Turning conservatism to liberalism is not an easy step, but with the right and proper education awareness, surely we can be able to achieve a liberal mindset towards adolescent sexuality and reproductive health. Change is constant and the world is aging. Individuals must learn how to move forward. Everyone must learn that the past will just be part of history. For everyone's knowledge, sex education is already under Responsible Parenthood and Reproductive Health Act of 2012, informally known as RH Law, wherein one of its objectives is to give mandatory sexual education to school children from grades 5 to high school without parental consent. But some critics of the Catholic Church block and oppose the implementation of sex education. According to Abrigo and Pacquiao 2016, mandatory sexual education will lead to earlier sexual initiation and higher rates of sexual activity among them. On the other hand, according to Cath New 2010, from the perspective of the Catholic Church, the Church wants to rely on parents to teach their kids about reproductive health. They believe that sex education will result to moral entanglements. It's better to left to discuss by the parents of the students. With that, it will be hard for us to improve the state of sex education in the country. So participant D suggested that we should determine the current state of sex education, analyze its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, because for her, concrete and reliable database is a great factor towards its improvement. On the other hand, participant 4 suggested that we must focus on the values and moral implications of sex education. Today is the right time to rethink and recalibrate. Figures of early pregnancy cases in the Philippines continue to increase for the past 9 years. Together as one nation, we must unite to solve this issue for the good of everyone, for the future of our land. Now is the time to invest in young people. Now is the time to address the teenage pregnancy across cultures and generations, to advance human knowledge and to open their mind that this situation is alarming for all people, both young and old. I would say now is the time because young people are not just the future, they are very much the present. More than half girls are getting pregnant every day. Pandemic also caused to us the increasing statistics of teenage pregnancy. These issues are not new with us, but these are not insurmountable. Together we can overcome this if we work together and redouble our efforts to guarantee that all young people have the knowledge and opportunities. Young people have a fundamental human right to health, including sexual and reproductive health, and this can only be fulfilled through quality health services, including information and services for family planning. Another important area is age-appropriate sexuality education, which is often overlooked but remains an important issue for young people. Education about sexual and reproductive health improves knowledge, exposes harmful myths and taboos, and minimizes risky behavior. Studies show that, in fact, sexuality education increases safe and responsible behavior. Young people are the leaders of today and the makers of tomorrow. So that's all. I hope that you learned something from this presentation. This is Matthew Salinas, a student researcher from UMS 11, Mangosteen.